Alright guys, I'm back. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a proper stream, and you know, things were tough and awkward and busy mostly. But through all that, and now we're back, so let's kind of just break right into it. So last time we finished the Barracuda a while ago. I've got those videos all finished and uploaded, as you've probably already seen. I'm not sure if it'll be done by the time this goes up or not, but I'm working on doing a time lapse as well. I've got about 5 hours of footage I gotta go through, and I gotta cut down all the stuff that's not the actual working on the model video. So I'm gonna cut that down, and I'll probably make it into a time lapse that's about 2-3 minutes long, somewhere in there. So that'll be about 4 to 5 hours of video cut down to 2 or 3 minutes. So that should be interesting. But for now, we've got the Bulwark here, and our old version that worked for what it was, but doesn't really kind of have the same level of fidelity as some of the other proxy war designs, some of the newer stuff. And the new one that we started working on on our last stream, I believe that was also a Saturday, so it's been about 2 weeks. Yay! But let's just kind of dive in. It's as I've mentioned before, like pretty much I do all my. Well, I don't do all my art, but I've done the greater majority of my art on stream now, so that's had a few. It's been kind of like an odd process. Sometimes it's great because, you know, I'm doing art regularly and all that, and other times, it's like this time, I don't do any for a while. And I definitely won't say anything silly like it's a problem, but it's just, you know, a quirk. It's a quirk of the process and everything, so whatever. Okay, I'm seeing lots of little things to tweak and change. I did do a little bit in here just to kind of tweak. I'm probably just going to actually do this. Keep looking at it, just looks stupid. Because it's the kind of detail you're not really going to pick up all that much on once you get the final one. And actually what I think I'll do is I'll do this. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. And just fixing the big plow here a little bit, because as before, like, it wasn't quite lined up with the hole properly, but now it is. I'm going to be doing some other changes to this, but for now, this is pretty good. Now, one thing I noticed when I was looking at it and tweaking some of this stuff is that the turret is kind of really close to here, and the shield, while here it made kind of sense for the headlights, I'm not going to be doing that here. I would if I was doing a single turret, because I could just kind of raise this plane up a little bit and then just put the turret on top. But because I'm going up to double turrets, one being lower in the ground to facilitate both of them shooting, I'm not going to worry about lights actually at all. So I'm going to be changing this around, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up a little bit, this down a little bit, make that into a nice 45, and I actually want to give it, let's actually cut this in half, so I can just mirror it later, because I'm lazy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Didn't want to delete it. For real. Just give this bit more of a corner to it. Not a lot. And that's actually what I'm going to do too, is I'm going to come in and make this more of a corner cutout. Yeah, like that. I also want to go through and tweak these quote-unquote teeth just a little bit. And I'll just go in. Bam. Bam. Thank you, man. Yeah, so I just want to make it just a little bit bigger. Mostly just to kind of give it a bit more variety. Not too much. I'm not sure how well it'll come through or come across in the prints at least, but whatever. It's done. just gonna do that so I can have a good place to mark from. Because I gotta resize this all manually. Not too hard, just one more thing to do. There. That should do it. Now I can get rid of that little crisscross, put that back. Yeah. Now it's got a little bit of sawtooth action going on in there. Cool. I like the overall size. It printed well. It's nothing really fantastic. I might make it a little bit thicker actually, but nothing drastic really. There, done. Like I said, nothing drastic. So okay, I still haven't mentally settled on doing a specific design for his guns, but I do have a little bit I can do here, so is it? Oh, it's because I got two selected. Bah! Okay, so let's tweak this a little bit. Yeah, just to kind of round it out just enough. Yeah, I like that. Actually, what I can do is I'll pull this out just a little bit more. And make this just a little bit lower. Too much. One thing, I had to tweak this one a little bit just so that it would, because before this was kind of sitting over here, sticking the corner out. So I'm just gonna move that back. And then we'll mirror this, see how it looks on both sides. Okay, that's not right. Where's our... Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, let's fix the center. And then we can do it. It's like, one of these is crooked here. I don't know which one. So I'll just fix both right here. Bam! Get rid of that. The center is off too, so I'll fix that. Okay. So now, when I symmetrize these, should be perfect. Hey! Perfect. Alright, so that's cool. I like that. I like this kind of set in. I think I'm even going to take it a step further and do a cutout here. Because I can. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. I'll do a drastic cutout, just enough. Just like that. Oops. Faces, delete. There. Bring in a little bit more. Start building this back out. Cool. I do need to fix this. Now, that'll mostly come out when so if I like the tracks as they are, should I just go through and start merging that? I think I should. Let's just do a few little tweaks. It's just now that I know where exactly I want things. Cool. So, yeah, let's just do this. Okay, let's get rid of the back half, because again, we don't need it. We know that our stuff is symmetrical now. this anymore. Just go to that point. So now I'm just kind of matching the inside line here to essentially match the housing here. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Let's see, what's been going on for me I can talk about. Well, I finally bought a DS. Technically I already had one, but it was quite literally an original blue DS. So, still worked nicely, but just, you know, it's old. Can't play new games. Its touchscreen is actually starting to kind of be unresponsive. So, you know, it did good. It served me well, but at the end of the day, I needed a new one. Well, I didn't need a new one, I wanted a new one. So I did. I bought one. And I've been playing Fire Emblem and been enjoying that frustrating but fun experience. I have lost... Well, I haven't... See, I'm like this wuss that likes the idea of Iron Man playthroughs, or just like, you know, the permadeath playthroughs. And especially considering, you know, I've been playing Darkest Dungeon, but I don't know. Like, it just seems to really bug me a lot more when it happens in Fire Emblem. Something about Darkest Dungeon, I think, just plays into that whole idea a lot better than it does in Fire Emblem. And honestly, like, I'm not sure what exactly that element is, but, like, I don't know, like, I think part of it is the fact that, in my experience so far, Fire Emblem has been a lot more higher variance. And I think part of that is because just, like, it's turn-based in such a way that, you know, if something goes wrong, it keeps going wrong until it's too late to do anything about it. Like, if one of your characters gets out of place, he's just gonna die because he's not gonna have a chance to, you know, if the AI piles on him, he's gonna die. Like, there's nothing you can really do about that. And I will admit, I will say that Fire Emblem is a case where, you know, it's all, like, preventable, essentially, because you can check everything, like, you know, threat range and all that. But it still doesn't really, it just feels like... Is this working? Oh, because I didn't merge it yet. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, because like in Darkest Dungeon, you know, it's... Things definitely, like, go from bad to worse, but it's not like a... You get a chance to do stuff in between. And it's... Well, it's certainly... It is a bit of a slippery slope at times, and it does kind of just get worse and worse and worse and worse. You're still, like, in control in the kind of like in the meantime, per se. And that's something that's a feeling that Fire Emblem doesn't really give me. It feels more like a case of, oh, well, you made a mistake, so now we're going to punish you to it until, you know, the end. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it once it starts going wrong. And I think, like, that's kind of ends up being the kicker for me, as it were. That's where it tips over into being like, oh, this is a fun challenge, to this is bullshit. And I don't know, maybe you guys don't feel the same way. Maybe you guys still just love it regardless. And hey, power to you. It's just not for me. But I've been going through scum saving like a, you know, like a jerk that a lot of people wouldn't like for. And I don't know, like, I'm still pretty early, and of course I'm playing not the new one yet. I'm playing Fire Emblem Awakening because I love that kind of turn-based strategy system, obviously, to a point. I mean, obviously I've got issues with it, but, you know, I think it's, again, like, it's that case of, it's a slippery slope where, unless you've got, like, all your characters in a line, you know, they're just gonna pound on, or they can pound on just one guy until they're dead. And given its nature as a video game, there's not much you can do about it at the time. It's just kind of got to sit there and take it, and it turns into the case of, like, it's kind of one of those things where, like, you know, a game like Dark Souls is one of those, like, hard but fair games, and to me, a game like Fire Emblem is one of those hard but not really fair about it. Yeah, like, in that context, of course. So, yeah. I'm kind of treacherous because I do like the gameplay, and I do like, and, you know, say what you want, but I like the idea of, like, developing all the relationships and, like, pairing characters up, and it's fun. I'm gonna enjoy that. Haven't quite found anyone yet for my main character, but I'm sure I'll find someone. But okay, yeah. But yeah, so that's been fun. That's okay. I just got an idea. What do you guys... Actually, I'll cut this in half first. So what do you guys think of this? Yeah, see, running into that problem here again, too. How much can I pull this forward? Or maybe I'll just pull it in line to this. Hey, there's an idea. Okay, let's try that. It's not much, but might be just kind of a slight little tweak I need to kind of bring this up. Because one thing, like, I haven't done a lot of painting lately, so I'm kind of falling behind on my painting my Proxy War minis. I haven't really done much. I've pretty much finished like 2 models. It's not been a good month for painting. But anyways, one thing I've noticed is that some of the designs, like, just the way all the shapes blend together, there's not always like a clear, easy way to define the different colors. So that's something I need to kind of work on and spend some time making sure that is there and is a factor to consider. Whoops. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because now, see, I can take this, go like that, and actually, what I should do, bring this in. Just give it a little bit of a lip, a little bit of a bevel, just a light bevel. I got an idea. Might not work out all that well, but it's never stopped me before. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, jeez. Yeah, because then we take this. And then that becomes the mounting point for the plow. Bam. Gonna bring this in a little bit more. Okay, let's first go cut that off. That can go to there. Want to bring in this just a little bit. And then bring this up to match. Bring that to there, that to there, there. Bam. Okay, so now we just go in here, delete that. Let's merge them while we're here. Cool. Or do I just want to bring this whole thing in a bit more? Kind of wrecks everything. Yeah, I'll leave it. I can probably safely bring this back a little bit. So now if I do this, see now it's sticking out a little far, but I'm okay with bringing it back in just a little bit because this space has got this on there too, so cool. I like it. So now let's actually oops, jeez. Build out this plate a little bit. Gonna do a little bit of kind of asymmetry, but not really. Just a little though. Actually, yeah, I like that idea. So essentially there's going to be a little bit of a lip that comes over and just kind of almost to make it look like it's clamping down on the upper hull here. And I'm actually not going to do a bevel on this. It's going to be a pretty small detail in the long run, so just bring that down. Yeah. So I hope this audio is turning out okay. I'm probably just going to do a short stream today, so only about an hour, just to make sure I can go in and check all the settings before things go too far. Make sure those are all working. I did some tests before the stream and everything seemed to be coming through okay, so fingers crossed. But see, that's kind of high now. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. I can live with that. Yeah. Get rid of this. Yeah, I like that. I do. Do I want to do anything on the sides? Because this is kind of like a big empty face so far. But I'm not sure there's really anything I could easily do on there. I mean, it's already a pretty kind of wide design as is. It's pretty much as wide across its entire length as it is, as the old Bulwark is just at this point, so I think I'll just leave the sides for now. If anything, I might do like a little indent to them. Do a little cut in here, maybe. Maybe. Ideas. Let's see. Oops. Oh, whoops. Too many things selected. Just a little. And just like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to do much in terms of color in there, but it'll at least give me just a little bit of kind of like visual depth there, which will go a long way to making it look less boring. So leave it for now and then see how I feel at the end. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to the point where I need to figure out what to do with these guns. Let's tweak things for another few minutes. I'll take a break, check up on a few things, and then we'll get back to it. I'm hoping we can have this done next stream, in which case it'll have only been like 2.5 hours instead of 4 or 5. But I'm liking this so far. I gotta figure out something for the turrets. I'm almost thinking I want the cannons, like the actual barrels, to be sitting kind of like high on the turret, because these are basically like, I think these are gonna end up being like the equivalent of kind of like a little machine gun or a light autocannon, but I might do them in plasma instead. So I kind of like the idea of just like rapid fire plasma cannons. Imagine that, eh? Let's just normalize these a little bit. There. Gives it just a bit more height, without really giving it more height. Oh, I guess I should copy this over, and I can actually get rid of all this inside facing too. Oops. To here. Perfect. So now later, when I go through and fix all that up, it'll look nice. I want to do something back here. There needs to be something back here. It feels like the whole point is that I wanted this to feel vulnerable, feel exposed, especially compared to like the front and sides. And I guess this cutout kind of achieves that. Is there a way I can better represent that? Oh, if I could really think of doing like some kind of exhaust or something to kind of show you're hitting at the engine. But I don't want it to look the same way I did the Sprinter with its exhaust. Alright. Well, I think this is a pretty good time for a break. Let's take a look. Okay. Alright, yeah, so progress is made. Things are looking good. Let's take a break here. I'll leave the music going, and I'll show you back in 5-10 minutes and we'll get back to it. Alright, see you guys soon.